like this kid connecting on 37 points, courtesy of 9 threes. I'm very, very happy with my prospects. Talk to me about how the Lakers look now compared to how they looked last year. What are your thoughts about them?
Well, the thing about it is, what's confronting J.J. Redick is the same thing that was confronting Darvin Ham. He doesn't have a good defensive team. It's essentially the same roster with the exception of Dalton Knecht. And that difference has made a real difference. So basically what Dalton Knecht's ascension has meant, and I mean into the starting lineup, not just to be a viable, offensive option, is that now J.J. Redick can play Cam Reddish, who is a defensive first player, next to Dalton Knecht. And you can get a much more well-balanced perimeter. And that's what's happening right now in this 6-game win streak, what the Lakers have done. They've got Cam Reddish out there. He's giving them good defensive minutes. You got Dalton Knecht out there. You got LeBron James playing a lot of point guard alongside Austin Reeves. LeBron's averaging 9 assists a game. He had 12 assists against the Jazz last night. Now you've got really a really much more potent perimeter. They still are 25th defensively, Stephen A. They still got to get better there. There's been an absolute dearth of information on Jared Vanderbilt. They said 2 weeks ago that there was an update coming. No updates come. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's not good news. Eventually, the hope is he can help them. But Knecht, look, you were said he's 17th pick. You know, and I know, we heard for months from the scouts saying that this draft was not very good. One of the worst drafts anybody could ever remember. The 16th pick is Jared McCain out of Duke, who went to Philly. Yep. He's the leader for Rookie of the Year. The 17th pick was Dalton Knecht. Obviously, he's making an impact for the Lakers. Every draft, there's good players. It looks like Philly and the Lakers hit in the mid-teens. I
love Knecht, and I love them. If you remember, we were talking about it, and I loved the pick from day one because I watched him during the NCAA tournament playing for Tennessee. I said, this brother's big time. I like him. He's got a lot of potential, and I thought the Lakers were the perfect landing spot for him because of his ability to shoot the basketball and how they struggled with that last year. I also like the idea of him being in the lineup because guess what? Not only is he going to make shots, but if he compromises you to some degree defensively, but you sacrifice it because of what he brings offensively, well, it ain't like D'Angelo Russell's giving you much defense or whatever, so I don't mind it at all. And Cam Reddish, by the way, can shoot. I don't understand why he isn't an even better shooter in the NBA when considering coming out of Duke. There was speculation that he could be somebody at 6'8", 6'9" who could shoot the basketball. Having said all of that, looking at the Western Conference, I watched OKC lose to San Antonio last night without Wembanyama. Chris Paul played a sensational game from a leadership perspective, had a double-double. But I'm looking at the rest of the Western Conference right now. Nobody's really standing out. So in light of that, how much of a chance are you giving the Lakers at this moment in time to make some noise within the Western Conference?
Well, look there, right there, number 3. And, that was a stunning loss for the Thunder because Devin Vassell was also out of that game for the Spurs. So basically the Spurs' best 2 players. I mean, Chris Paul on any night might be there. But the thing about the West is you got to bring it every night. And that's one of the things when I talk to folks in the league right now, they're just like, I can't believe how easy the East is and how brutal the West is. I've been doing this over 20 years, Stephen A. You've been doing it even longer than that. I've never seen the imbalance this bad where, Philadelphia, as bad as they are, they can look themselves in the mirror and say, we have 2 good weeks. We can be in 7th place, 6th place and mean it. Mm. And where if you in the West have 2 bad weeks, you can lose ground that might take you 2 months to make up if you're lucky. And so the Lakers have hit a bit of a soft portion of schedule. They've been awesome at home, which is great. You win your home games. They get another home game later this week against the Magic, and that the balance will be 8 home games, 5 road games. So they're about to go on the road, but they've hit a portion of their schedule they can handle. They had New Orleans, they had San Antonio, they get Utah, but they won all those games. You got to put those kind of wins together in the West. Like, I know that this sounds crazy. When you play the Jazz, that now becomes a must-win game in the West. And I don't say must-win because if you lose it, there's consequences. But when you play there's only a couple teams in the West that aren't really competitive. You have to pound those teams. When you face the New Orleans Pelicans, when they're missing 4 or 5 guys, you have to win that game because there's going to be other games where you may play great, you run into a buzzsaw and you lose. So, and we haven't even mentioned Anthony Davis yet. The reason the Lakers are
League
in 3rd place,
MVP candidate, League MVP candidate.
Without question. Look, this is what you've been calling for years. You wanted AD to bring it every night. You wanted AD to show vision offensively. You wanted him to play like an MVP. The dude is averaging 30 and 10.
Yes, he is.
And he's bringing it every night. And the ancillary pieces are what make the Lakers go from like a 6th or 7th place team to a 3rd place team. But it ain't, none of it matters unless you got AD playing this way. AD playing this way is a difference-making entity in the NBA right now.
You know, I look at that, and you're absolutely right. Right now, he's arguably the leading candidate for league MVP because he's been that sensation. You can't take anything away from him. As we scour the West before I go to the Eastern Conference, Dallas is the reigning Western Conference champions. They've got Klay Thompson, but they've been up and down, up and down. We know that. Oklahoma City, I'm not worried about them, Wendy, because they were playing without Chet Holmgren, obviously, and Isaiah Hartenstein. He's not there because he got injured before the season even began. With those two there, I think that Oklahoma City is going to be a monster to beat. The other team I'm looking at is Phoenix because Kevin Durant has been out. When he was there, they were looking good. We'll see what we get from them. I guess the question for me is the Golden State Warriors because they're right up there right now. They've gotten off to a strong start. Just ignore the blowout loss to Cleveland.
Tatum leading the league in total points, has the most 30-point game this season, and has the most games with 5+ threes. He's averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, on 46, 39, 81 shooting splits, leading the Celtics in points, rebounds, and assists per game this season.
Okay, JT.
Now, we saw the Olympic snubbing, the benching. We've seen them trying to create a rift between Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Who's the number one option? Whose team is it? But what statement has Jason Tatum made so far this season?
Should have played me in the Olympics.
We still got that gold medal. No.
I understand
got that gold, baby.
USA. USA is bigger than one man.
I don't think he made no statement.
And I haven't made any statement so far this year.
No, I think the media wants him to make a statement. I think this conversation of him making a statement is, he's being consistent every year when it comes to the first half of the season. Like, that's why he's been where he's been. His name is where it's at, because he's been getting 30 a game, 28 a game. That's the consistent part of him. It's just when it's time to get it done, can he get it done? That's the question. It ain't never
Postseason, you're saying?
Yeah, postseason. It ain't never. Jason Tatum has always almost been an MVP for him.
Led the Celtics points, rebounds, assists in the postseason as well, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, so when you look at just performance-wise, I mean, he got the tool set. It's just, fuck the haters, fuck motherfuckers.
Maybe he's not outwardly trying to make a statement, but he is making a statement. And even if it's not to the Olympic team or whatever, but he is making a statement of, I am the man. He is.
Yeah, I see your face right now.
What is your face?
Not impressed?
Nothing has changed.
I feel bad for this. I feel bad for this generation and the generations moving forward. The reason is this. You penalize someone for getting somewhere and failing. You will penalize that guy, but the guy who didn't get there, there's no grade on him, right? Now, if you go by someone who got to the finals, how many times?
I believe twice in his career.
Twice in
Tatum?
Yeah,
lost to the Warriors 2022. Obviously won it this past season.
So he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals
With like
five, 6 times. They penalize him for losing, right? He gets to the finals twice. They penalize him for losing. And then you pump a bunch of guys up who never even been there at that same time frame. So when you got there, when your team was ready, when your team was good enough to be a champion and you won, you get credit for it. Right? Now, his talent got him there. His team wasn't ready to win. His team was young. You penalize the young guys for being good and winning early. How's that fair? Like, you penalize a guy for getting to the finals at 19. Why didn't you win? Motherfucker, I come off the bench. Like, you're penalizing guys who's not, like, these guys are 20. Like, if Shea gets there now with the team, you're going to penalize him for losing to a veteran team? You can't do that, man. Like it has to be context in some of this stuff. So he's penalized for at the age of 26, he's penalized for having success.
5 Eastern Conference Finals appearances so far, 2 Finals appearances so far in his career.
But see, that's the dynamic.
Penalized, like, he don't have it. He's not this. He's not that.
Like about Jason Tatum.
Yeah, like
the media is penalizing him.
Yeah.
No, I just think
like what he's doing right now is no different than what he's done for the last 4 years.
The definition of winner and loser is what's penalizing him because all the stuff
he's not a winner.
All the stuff you're talking about coming to him being second place so many years. He finally got first place last year. You don't get rewarded for second place. So he don't get no credit for being young and winning early when you didn't win anything. You got there.
See,
kudos. Because you know who else got there? There's a lot of other guys got there that we don't talk about, that don't get credit for not winning, for being second place. So it really don't matter till you win. Now that you've won, you're showing us that it matters. You're showing us that, look, we win because I'm good, but all that other winning shit before time is like you was losing.
But you win last season, but you don't win Eastern Conference Finals MVP. That goes to Jaylen Brown.
You can't do that. What I'm saying is you can't do that. You can't say that you came in second place, you're a loser, but then my same time
I'm saying you came in second place, you're not the champion.
Cool.
You're not the ultimate winner.
But if you didn't win, you are a loser.
Okay, but cool. No. I get that.
Put it on a t-shirt.
I get that. But my 6 years, I came in third place 4 times. I came in second place once. What's the name? Now I got a guy, his first 6 years, he didn't even make it to this bitch. He didn't even make it. He don't even have a first place five, nothing. And then he gets to the championship his first time at 28, wins the championship. Now his legacy is better than mine.
Y'all was on the same level the whole time because y'all both was losing.
But how does that work?
Because there's only one winner.
But how does that work?
Because that's sport,
the same age. I'm in second place. You're in last.
But that's sport.
Second place last. Second place
but
last.
That's why you always have a chance. That's why I've been saying
last
you
place.
always got a chance. If I'm last place and I play first place, he decides not to show up and play that night, and we win. Guess who won? Man, I'm not supposed to win.
But my legacy is being pushed behind a dude who got there. He's 1 for 1. We played 8 years. He's 1 for 1 in the championship.
Buster Douglas' legacy is I knocked Mike Tyson out on one night where he fucked up. He made my legacy. Thank you, Mike. You can't fuck up. But you can't be second place and won't work.
Aren't there very levels? Everybody's not second place who loses, all right?
You can't be second place and won't first place reward.
No, I don't get. I don't care about first place reward. How is the person who didn't even get there in his time frame get rewarded when he do get there and win?
Because he get there. That's why. It ain't got nothing to do with time frame.
No, that part I agree with. Like, is it fair? No.
But it's the rules.
It's reality.
Reality is you was a
if you ain't first,
reality. Your first 6 years, you was a loser. Like you was literally a loser. But because you never got there, no one graded you. You get no
Michael
grade.
Jordan got graded for the first.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He was a loser.
No, he didn't.
He was a loser.
No one remember. No one talks about Jordan's first 6 years.
No, we
They
do.
pretend he didn't even play basketball.
We do all the time.
They say he didn't win.
He didn't win.
But the reason why they don't talk about what he didn't do is because of what he did.
Because what he did outshined it. What he did outshined what he did do.
Because what I'm saying is, at the age where you're penalizing the Tatums. Like right now, if we say, all right, Tatum from this age to this age, compare you to Michael Jordan. In reality, there shouldn't be no comparisons then.
Why?
Because Jason Tatum has a championship.
In his seventh year.
At his age. He's 26 with a championship. Michael Jordan didn't have a championship at 26. See, so in theory, if you stop everybody at their age and say compare them to the greats, it'd be a different fucking look. But nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, because back then they wasn't letting motherfuckers come out there after their first year in high school. It's an age difference for a reason. It was for a reason.
Magic.
That's the reason.
Magic.
And you're holding that against
Magic.
the conversation.
Magic. Technically.
It's the conversation we're having.
Be honest.
You're having an age conversation from back in the day where they didn't have that conversation. You're saying one guy.
That's like if we.
It's not a strong enough conversation. If the judge is going guilty.
Like no,
it ain't enough. Guilty.
Like in reality, the most dominant player from before the age of 30 should be Magic and Kobe. When it comes to just dominance, right? Magic had 5 rings before the age of 30. Right? Kobe damn near had 4?
Magic won, Kobe won. Jason Tatum did not.
He got 1.
Win. Recently.
26.
Recently.
At 25.
And how long has he been in the league? Since he was what age?
So you penalize him for penalize him for being good enough to get in at 18 while your ass is still in high school?
Yeah.
How you penalize him for that?
Yeah, because he's here.
Like how do you penalize him?
Like you're saying, Bronny, you don't have to go to college, just learn from your dad. And you'll be good enough while you're here. Jason Tatum, don't just 1 year at Duke is all you need. You'll learn while you're here. All right, you've been learning. What'd you learn?
How to get to 5 Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder than it looks, right? It's a little bit harder than it looks, right?
So
why would we give you credit for making it difficult on it? Like it's difficult to win. It's difficult.
Like this. Like
you don't
this.
get credit for losing.
Like this. LeBron James, right? He went to the finals at 22.
22 years old.
22. They mocked him for getting swept at 22 to Tim Duncan.
The hardest sweep in NBA history.
Who mocked him though?
The world mocked him. You got swept. I thought you were supposed to be the chosen one when his comparison just got drafted. Like that's the reality of it though. But you're penalizing. So you're penalizing.
Using extreme cases.
You're penalizing a guy for getting somewhere at a young age, even when he's not developed to win. He's not ready to win. If Wemby gets to the championship and lose 4-0, there's nothing against his legacy. You're not even old enough mentally to win yet.
But how are we penalizing him?
You do.
What is the penalty? He's getting the credit. He's all NBA. He's an all-star. He's on the best team in the NBA. What more credit do you want?
But five Eastern Conference Finals in his first 7 seasons.
What penalties are
that's not impressive.
Is he not getting all the what? You trying to Beyonce? You got to give him all the awards.
You pretend like the narrative is he's
country too. You want the narrative is award too.
The narrative is
was a good song.
He can't do it as a number 1 option.
That was a good narrative because
a good narrative?
They didn't do it because they didn't do it with him as a number 1 option.
But that
narrative shifted. That's why they gave the MVP to the other guy.
But what I'm saying is his comparison across the board. When they won the championship and they were the number 1 guy, what age were these guys? Like you got to put everything in perspective. You can't say age
doesn't put it in perspective.
You can't say a 19, 20, 23-year-old can't win a championship being the number 1 option, but his comparisons, they won championships at 27, 28, 29. Like they matured to win this. He hasn't got through his shit yet, so he's taking L's early. Yeah. But you can't say he can't win as a number 1 option. He hasn't defined his game yet.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to say about Donovan Mitchell, but y'all don't want to have that conversation.
Who?
Anybody. The conversation you're having about Tatum and can't win as a number 1 option. They say that about Donovan Mitchell. They say that about. There's a lot of people they say that about, but if you can't get it done as a number 1 option, it must be true.
But who did at certain ages? Like this, like
if that's your only argument, is
that is the only argument? That's history's argument.
I don't want to have an argument because the age don't matter. Get it done or not. Magic Johnson got it done at 19, didn't he?
But he wasn't number 1 option.
All right, now you gonna give me another excuse? Give me another butt.
Number 1 option.
Give me another butt. Give me another goal.
He wasn't the number 1. You said number 1 option.
But he was young though, right?
But you said the number 1 option. He wasn't number 1 option.
Who was the number 1 option in the finals? Thank you. All right. Kareem, you don't want to go here with me because Kareem didn't play in the finals. Okay.
He didn't play in the final game. He played in the finals. Do you want his numbers in the finals? Do you need his numbers in the finals? He just missed the last game. But
who was the MVP?
Do you need his numbers?
Who was the MVP?
Do you need his numbers?
Who was the MVP?
Do you need his numbers?
Was Magic Johnson the MVP?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he didn't play in the last game. Read his numbers in the finals.
33.4 points.
Say it again.
33 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks in 5 games in the 1980 NBA Finals.
Who was MVP?
Irvin Magic Johnson.
All right. Thank you very much. The Boston Celtics won. Who was MVP?
Who?
Recently? Don't get amnesia. You're on the hot seat. You got to answer quickly. Who?
Jason Tatum's teammate, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So
Irvin
Magic Johnson did exactly what he's saying Jason Tatum should have done, and he can't get it done because you ain't winning.
Who is the youngest? How about this? Who is the youngest champion?
Tuco.
That was the number 1 option. Can we find that out? The youngest NBA champion as the number 1 option. Will it be Tim Duncan? Probably Tim Duncan.
We will research, but I want to give you Magic's 1980s NBA final stats. So Magic averaged
24, 23.
Magic averaged 22, 11, and 9 assists in those 1980 NBA Finals. Magic averaged 22, 11, 9 assists
Probably Tim
in the 1980 NBA Finals. Kareem averaged 33, 14, and 5 blocks. 1 less game though.
One less game.
Johnson did win Finals MVP. Obviously had that.
And that 22 a game, all that didn't heighten because how much did what did Magic have in the last game to help
like
boost
42, 15, and something like that. Something around there.
It boosted it up. Okay, got it. I remember.
42, 15, and 7. 3 steals too.
Just saying you can't
Impressive.
So so Duncan won one at 22. He was the number 1 option, right?
Yes.
So he was the youngest?
Yeah. I mean, he would be. That you got to think about. Yeah, he would be one of the youngest that probably won the championship, being the number 1 option. Yeah.
So we asked the chat: is Tatum the front runner for MVP? More than 2,000 votes. 54% said no.
Yeah.
54% said no. Joker's still doing his thing. Missed a couple games. Understand?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Anthony Marshawn Davis.
Once you get that tag,
the NBA Cup champion.
It's like they tag you as something, and then they really believe the tag. That's the problem. Like you would rather not, like Luka. You got to the championship. Your team wasn't good enough to win. You get tagged. You get tagged right now.
They still call him Fluka.
Yeah, you get tagged. It's the strike. You rather not get there. Like it's one of those things. You rather not get there until your team is ready to win.
No, the challenge is don't doubt me. Be about me. If you doubt, don't doubt me. Be about me, man. I'm gonna get there. Watch me.
Don't doubt me. Be about
Watch me. I don't need no handouts.
Huh.
Look.
That's interesting.
What y'all over there being secretive about?
All these years.
We got a big turkey in the background. Thanksgiving around the corner.
Listen, what he's gonna make me do.
Wait a minute. What is Shy? What you got over here?
Is he's gonna make me use this.
And then
what's that? The Rick and Morty? What you got?
The official. He's gonna make me use
Zappy.
Because if you use this, it alters all different universes and all kind of shit.
All right.
Gotta be cautious.
But let's keep this thing moving. Keep this thing moving. Football and basketball are in full swing.
Say that again. That's what?
No, it's impressive. His numbers are impressive.
And he gets treated like he's just second fiddle.
He gets treated like a light-skinned brother with privilege.
It is unfortunate time for
What?
No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
He gets treated like he
What'd you say?
He gets
like a
treated like a
light-skinned brother with
dark-skinned
privilege.
dude.
He is Steph Curry's little cousin who's waiting in line.
No, he would have had
Thank you for watching so far. Leave your comment below and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any detail. A hug and see you next time.